Hi, welcome to my channel. Let's quickly solve for the value of x. Now, to do that, first of all, I want us to express this in this form first. Okay, so let's do that. We have 3 to the power of x multiplied by 5 to the power of x squared is equal to 3 multiplied by 5, right? Yeah. Now let's bring 5 to one side and 3 to one side. So to do that, let's divide through by 5 first, okay? So divided by 5, divided by 5. So we have 3 to the power of x multiplied by 5 to the power of x squared divided by 5 is equal to 3. Okay, now let's divide through by 3 to the power of x. I told you my intention is to bring all the 3 one side and all the 5 one side, okay? So to do that, we are going to have, it's more or less like we are multiplying by 1 over 3 to the power of x, okay? So let's do that. Let's multiply through by that. So we are going to have 3 to the power of x multiplied by 5x squared divided by 3 to the power of x multiplied by 5 is equal to 3 divided by 3 to the power of x, right? So this is going to divide this time. Now we have our 5 one side and our 3 the other side. So we are going to have 5x squared divided by 5 is equal to 3 divided by 3 to the power of x. Okay, now what do we do next? See, let's apply this law of indices or exponents that states that a to the power of m divided by a to the power of n is equal to a to the power of m minus n. That is when you have the same base and they are dividing each other, just subtract the powers and pick one base, okay? So we are going to do the same here. So we are going to pick one base, which is 5. Note that this is 5 to the power of 1 and this is 3 to the power of 1. So we are going to have 5x squared minus 1. Sorry, the x squared is power. 5x squared minus 1, okay, is equal to, oh, see what I'm writing, oh, please, this is power, okay, this is power, so that I don't confuse us. This is power, not 5x squared. So this is raised to the power of x squared. Okay, now it's okay. So it's going to be x squared minus 1, and this is going to be 3 raised to the power of 1 minus x. Okay, now let's introduce log to both sides of the equation, because at this point that is the only thing we can do. Okay, so we introduce log 5 to the power of x squared minus 1, okay, is equal to log 3 to the power of 1 minus x. Okay, now let's bring this to this side of the equation. If we do that, we have x squared minus 1 multiplied by log 5 is equal to 1 minus x multiplied by log 3. Now, why are we doing that? We did this because of the power rule. According to this law of logarithm, it states that log a to the power of b is equal to b multiplied by log a. Okay, so that is exactly what I did. I brought the power down to multiply our log. So when that happens now, at this point, let's divide through by log 5. Okay, so divided by log 5 divided by log 5. Okay, now this is going to cancel this, and we have x squared minus 1 is equal to 1 minus x log 3 everything divided by log 5. I don't know if you can still see here, but let's just continue from this side. Okay, so I'm going to start drawing my line from here. Now this is what I wrote in case if you missed here. This is what I wrote. So when this cancels this, we have x squared minus 1 remaining. So we have x squared minus 1, okay, is equal to, now we have the whole of this, right? That is 1 minus x log 3 everything divided by log 5. Okay, now permit me to clean this. We don't need them anymore. Now, if this is the first time you're coming across this channel, please subscribe to the channel, turn on your notification bell so that you'll be notified anytime I upload a new video. Thank you so much. So this is what we have. What do we do next? At this point, you can notice that we have difference of two squares here. Yes, let me increase this. So we have difference of two squares, and that is what? We can express this as x squared minus 1 squared. Yes. So this is equal to 1 minus x log 3 divided by log 5. Okay, so x squared minus 1 squared, according to our algebra identity, a squared minus b squared is equal to a minus b multiplied by a plus b. Okay, so if we should do that here, if you should apply the identity here, that means we can express this as x minus 1 multiplied by x plus 1, okay, is equal to 1 minus x multiplied by log 3 divided by log 5. Okay, now something is about to happen. At this point, I think the best we need to do is to transfer everything to this side of the equation. Yes, let's transfer everything and equate it to the 0, so that we have two equations that we can equate to 0 to find our x. I think that is the only option. So let's do that. So we are going to have x minus 1 multiplied by x plus 1. Now if we transfer everything here, it's going to be minus what? 1 minus x log what? 3 over log 5 is equal to 0. Okay, now when you look at this, notice that we have minus 1 minus x here. This minus bracket 1 minus x, I want to get this from here so that I can do a bracket. Okay, so I can introduce a bracket. Now minus times 1 will give us minus 1, and minus times minus x will give us plus x. That means that this is same thing as what? X minus 1. And if I put plus in front of this, I have not changed this particular result that I got, right? So that means that I can rewrite this that way. Instead of me to write minus 1 minus x, I'll write plus x minus 1. Okay, so that is what I'm going to do here. I think I don't want to continue from here because of our board. I don't want you to miss any part of this lovely mathematics. Okay, so if I do that, this is what we are going to have. X minus 1 multiplied by x plus 1. Now instead of me to write minus bracket 1 minus x, I'm going to write plus x minus 1. Okay, now log 3 divided by log 5, okay, is equal to 0. Okay, now I've gotten what I wanted. All this while, this is x minus 1, x minus 1. Let's factorize that out. So we have x minus 1 in brackets. So when this is divided by this, only x plus 1 will remain, right? Now, if the whole of this is divided by this, we have this one remaining, log 3 divided by log 5, all right? Now, everything is equal to 0. So since we have two brackets that we equated to be equal to 0, we can then write what? That x minus 1 is equal to 0, and that x plus 1 plus log 3 divided by 5 is also equal to 0. Now, we are going to solve for x here, and we are going to solve for x here as well. So let's go ahead and do that. Don't forget to subscribe, okay? And ensure you turn on your notification bell for more amazing math solutions. So from here, we can see that our x is equal to minus 1 will cross to become plus 1. Now from here, so I notice that I wrote 5 here instead of log 5, okay? Now, for us to get the value of x here, okay, that is for this second part, our x then will be equal to, this will cross to become minus 1, this will also cross to become minus log 3 divided by what? Log 5. And this becomes the second value of our x. The first value is that x is equal to 1, while the second value is that x is equal to minus 1 minus log 3 divided by what? Log 5.